Ylelmore, Season 2, Episode 4, Love Letters. Hi, this is Ylelmore, and today we're talking about love letters.
I don't think it's really a love letter. Then what is it? Give it back. Hey, just a letter that I got in my locker.
It's a love letter.
What's it read?
It was even folded in the shape of a heart, listeners.
Not a love letter. Dear Elas, I think you're cute. Do you want to go on a date? Not a love letter. And then there are two boxes. Yes and absolutely. I don't think those are actual choices.
That's definitely a love letter.
It's not, and I don't even know who wrote it. And I just moved here a few months ago. They can't love me in a few months.
Mom says love can hit you like lightning.
What's your other mom say?
Not that.
What do you even do on a date?
Hold hands, hang out, kiss.
What do your parents do? My parents.
Yeah, your parents probably go on dates, so what do we do?
But my parents aren't in love with each other.
What? Then how did...
Well, they said that they got together for the wrong reasons.
Like?
But they still live together. They were really good friends, and then people kept telling them that they should date. So they dated. And then people said they should get married, so they got married. And then people said they should make a family, so they had me. And after they had me, they had a really long talk and decided to stop pretending because they had a baby. They said I was really important, and they didn't think they could keep pretending to be in love with each other and be good parents. So they stopped, and now they're best friends. But sometimes that confuses people, so I don't really talk about it.
Wait, you can just marry your best friend?
Yeah.
And just do best friend stuff forever?
I guess.
And that's what your parents do?
That and chores and taxes, I think.
Rion!
We're too young to get married.
Boo.
What do your parents do?
They watch movies and make dinner and go dancing in the city and stuff.
Can't whoever wrote this just be my friend and do that?
It's supposed to be special with someone you like.
Then are we dating? No.
I think it's different special.
Then I don't get it. Well, do you want to go on a date with whoever wrote it? That's a problem. I don't even know who it is. Oh, they didn't leave a name. Yeah, it just says this and has the two boxes and there's no name. I don't know if I'm supposed to put it on my locker or something to answer.
Maybe they think you already know who it is.
Has anyone been super nice to you?
Or really, really mean.
Why is that a choice?
Mama says sometimes when people feel something they're not used to, they act weird. Some people get really mean.
So either someone is really nice to me or really mean, and that means they like me. Sometimes. That feels dumb.
It's love. It's love.
Anyway, I don't know. I hang out with Warren and Reuben a lot. These do feel like the type of choices Warren would give you. Yeah,
she really doesn't like hearing no.
I don't think Warren likes me like that.
Well, did you ask her?
Not exactly. I got the letter and got scared. Yeah, I don't really get letters like this.
You don't?
You do.
Like twice, but those said yes or no, and I said no.
Why'd you say no?
Because I don't care about anyone who likes me and watches me get bullied.
Oh, that makes sense.
So what do you want us to do?
I don't know. I guess I'd like to know who it was so I could answer them the right way. Which is, I don't...
No. We have to do this right.
Huh?
It was a day like any other.
We're not gonna make rent this month unless we take another case.
People just don't crime like we used to, I thought. Staring at the busy street below, it was filled with happy families and loyal spouses. A tragedy.
Tragedy. Things just haven't been the same since we took down the mayor's crime ring.
Ain't that the truth?
Keryth, you can't actually smoke.
Don't worry, it's just bubbles.
Do you have another one?
No, but we can pick it up later.
Okay,
How many cases do we need to take?
just one.
Just one? Do you think a troubled dame is just gonna walk through that door and... Ahem! Do you think a troubled dame is just gonna walk through that door and...
Is that me?
Yeah!
Okay. Can you do the thing again?
Uh-huh. Do you think a troubled dame is just gonna walk through that door and...
Hello, I need some help. Can you pay? Can I?
Yeah, the dame is always super rich.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can pay. Then welcome to our detective agency.
She walked in like a cold breeze on a hot summer day. She looked troubled. Her eyes darted around. I could see she needed help. Take a seat.
Ma'am.
Sir, I'm Blade. Dan Blade.
Oh, sir. Mr. Blade.
She looked like the type of woman who brought trouble.
What?
Sweetheart, why did you come here?
Ew.
Yeah, I felt gross when I said it.
Are you gonna do it again?
Baby doll.
Still gross.
But like, better or worse?
It's better than sweetheart.
Doll face.
That's just scary. How is that scary? Doll face? Did someone like peel the face off of a doll? Or are they wearing a doll mask?
I think it was something about makeup or that you look like a doll. Oh, but we're off track. Doll face. Do you care to tell me what brings you to my office? She sat across from me, all wide eyes in fear. She was shaking like a leaf.
Hey! Ma'am, if you're not going to answer the question, you're going to have to. Mr. Blade, sir.
She hesitated and pulled a letter out of her purse, slid it across the table. It was crumpled up like it had been squashed between things shoved into a lunchbox. Smelled like pumpernickel.
Really?
Uh-huh, here.
Oh, it does. But please stop smelling my stuff.
Cupcake.
Cupcake's fine.
Cupcake. This seems to me like a love letter. Why come here instead of running off with the fellow who sent you this?
And I don't know who sent it. Tell us how you found it. Darling. It was sort of sticking out of my locker. Kind of wedged in the slats. What were you doing when you found it? I was talking to Reuven by the lockers. Her locker's close to mine. When I saw it, and I sort of moved to cover it up.
You hid the letter from Reuven.
Yeah. Why? Because I thought it might be a love letter.
Didn't you say you don't get letters like that?
No, I mean, yes, I did. I said that. I lied. Sorry.
About why you hid it, or you not getting love letters?
I did get some love letters sometimes.
Then why lie?
I don't want to talk about it.
This dame was leaving something out. Her past was like the shifting sand by the side of a lake after a storm.
Murky.
Ooh, that's a good word.
Guys, do you know when the letter was put there? It wasn't there when I got my books in the morning, but it was there at lunch.
Mm-hmm. So whoever left it must have done it sometime between morning classes and lunch.
Elas's locker is sort of in a corner.
Huh?
You don't know where my locker is.
I kinda like to pretend like you don't exist at school.
Oh, that would be easier.
Yeah, our Alice doesn't go to school.
Pulis does. You're not calling me Pulis.
We're still working on it. Alice is being Puce is too long to say every time.
I am not Puce for that long.
You are.
No, I'm not. You are. No.
It's okay, Alice. We're not mad at you. It's just the you at school isn't our Alice.
Yeah.
Oh, but we'll still totally help. A dame in need cupcake.
You really like cupcake? It makes me feel pretty.
So, at some time between advisory and lunch, someone snuck into Elas's locker in the corner. Why is the corner part important again?
Because it's far from where anyone would have to go. There's no bathroom there, no classrooms, there's no office, no way to the lunchroom or the nurse's office. It's out of the way of everything.
Ew, you got an awful locker.
I think it's because I transferred sort of late. But that means whoever left that had to be gone from class for a really long time. Or they had to run to your locker right after the bell rang. Or they could have been late. When you're late, the secretary checks you in and walks you to class, so she can give the teacher your late note.
Did you see anyone run by you on the way to lunch?
Everyone's running at lunch.
That's true.
Well, whoever it is will probably be waiting for an answer.
Why don't you just leave a note asking, "Who are you?" on the locker?
But what if I hurt her feelings?
What is it?
Is that all? Yeah, I think so.
You gotta say you'll pay anything if it means you get the truth.
Am I actually paying you guys? Do you want to? Not really.
Then no.
Now, you leave. I don't like how happy this makes you. Leave. Keryth!
Ooh, here's a tissue. You gotta pretend like you were crying too. It has to be like a really gushy speech.
Huh? Gushy?
The dame has to try to convince us that the case needs to be taken seriously, but you've looked forever and you're out of options, and you finally found someone willing to help you, so you get all teary-eyed.
Why can't the dame investigate it herself? If she's asked everyone and she's worried, why is she her own last option?
Huh. I don't know. I never really thought about that.
Maybe she just wants to be rescued. Oh, that's true. I guess being rescued would be really nice.
Do you want to be rescued, Elas?
Well, it would. I don't think I need to be rescued. Exactly.
Oh, hold on. Rion! Go on, it's your scene. Go on.
Will you take the case, Mr. Blade?
Cupcake, there's no need to cry. It's just... I don't know if this is the sort of case we usually look into.
Mr. Blade, our rent.
Why didn't you take this to the cops?
Dan, the police were the first place I went, but they said that they weren't enough. There wasn't enough evidence to open a case.
And then you came straight to us.
I've been all around this town, Mr. Blade, and nobody will even look at the note. I keep telling them that it's important that I answer carefully, but everyone just says check yes or absolutely. But I can't. I won't do that. You're my last hope, Mr. Blade. I'll do anything to get to the truth.
There was a fire in her eyes when she talked. I could see that she really meant it.
I do.
Elas, you can't hear my monologue. It's in my head.
Well, I do. I mean it.
It's a good story you got yourself there. Sure, Cupcake. I'll look into.
You will?
Of course, you're my friend.
Thank you.
You have to pretend to cry now.
Really?
Yeah, the dame always cries.
Cry, sniffle. That's pretty bad.
Shh, they're trying their best.
Leave. You like this too much. Why aren't you crying? Cry. This is weird, right?
The letter? Not exactly. I think it's pretty,
The Elas is being this careful.
Is it though? They really care what other people think about them.
Not us, though.
I thought they were super careful around us, too.
They're puce all the time, Keryth.
That's true. What do you think? Is it because it's a love letter?
Maybe.
Then, should we investigate our investigation?
No. But if something weird does happen, we should pay attention.
Aye.
Can I come back in?
This is Keryth from inside the, What is this?
It's the supply closet.
Yeah, that. There's really not enough space for two of us.
There's enough space if you stop moving.
What do you see? Rion's looking out through the keyhole. He paid for the lock to get in here.
This is a stakeout. We're supposed to be quiet.
Oh, I guess we should explain a little bit.
Quietly.
Right. So we think we know who it might be. Rion's the class president, and that means he picks up the tests and stuff. And maybe we use that just a little bit.
I abused my power.
It was your idea.
I got caught up in the damn blade. It seemed like it was something he would do.
It definitely is.
You know most of the stuff he finds he does illegally, so it can't be used in the criminal cases he's working on. Right?
It's a good show.
It was not a good show. It was terrible.
And that is exactly what made it good.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it does. So, Rion went all damn late, and while he was taking our homework, he had a tiny piece of a note copied onto his palm.
I traced it a magic marker on a piece of paper, and then I made a temporary tattoo for my hand.
It was so cool!
It's backwards.
Still cool. And then, while he was picking up all our stuff, he glanced at it really sneaky, and then, bam, halfway through collecting, he found our person.
I found someone who might be our person. It could still be someone in another class.
So we decided to double check, and that's why we're eating lunch here, today.
We are definitely spying on people now.
It's a stakeout.
Same thing.
Barely. It's barely the same thing. We're not even exactly sure who we're looking for. Do you really think they'll come back so fast?
Wouldn't you want to know the answer if you left a letter like that?
I would never leave a letter like that. I just asked.
Even if you were scared of the answer.
I don't think someone who only leaves the answers yes and absolutely is scared.
Oh, someone's coming. Keryth.
Sorry, who is it?
It's, Marin.
From next door, but he's so quiet.
Yeah, either that or he's leaving it for someone else.
Does he look nervous?
Yeah, he's shuffling his feet, and he keeps checking to see if anyone is looking.
Too bad he'll never look in the supply closet.
He shoved a note into Elas' locker.
Do you know what his handwriting looks like?
He's not even in our class.
So?
Yeah, might be him.
I knew you'd know.
Mr. Ongate's class. He makes me hang up for decorations.
So, now we know who.
Maybe know who.
What do we do?
Well, we're trapped in here.
No, you didn't lock us in here, did you?
No. He's still out there. I think he's writing another letter.
No way.
Wait.
Move, I want to see.
I don't think we should watch. It feels private.
Fine.
How long do you think it'll take him?
I don't actually know a lot about Marin. He's mostly just really quiet.
I think he's in Elas' soccer team.
All right, is he good?
He's on the bench.
Elas! Out of all the people who could have written you love letters, it's Marin? Marin?
Shh.
I don't know anything about him.
That's not a bad thing. At least we know he's not mean.
That doesn't mean he's nice.
It's not like Elas is gonna date him anyway.
But where's the drama?
Isn't it good if there isn't a lot of drama?
But Elas is the dang.
What if we pretend there was drama? Later.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that. Is he gone?
Yeah.
Okay, then we can...
No.
No?
Yeah, no.
What do you mean, no?
It's Voren.
No!
You said you wanted drama.
What is she doing? What is she doing?
She's at her locker. She's getting stuff for afternoon classes.
Okay.
And she...
What?
She found the letter.
No!
She's reading it.
Rion, we gotta do something.
What can we do that won't make it worse? Right now, Voren doesn't know who wrote the letter.
That's true, but...
That means she just has a letter that was on Elas' locker. That's not a big deal.
True, but...
The best thing we can do for Marin right now is nothing.
I hate this.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, freak. Where's the other one? Your pet? Woof. I heard you in the supply closet. What? Yeah, and I found your little note. What? I'm sorry for leaving you a weird note yesterday. Do you like me? Yes or absolutely. It was weird. Sorry, I just think... Oh, that note. They're not gonna like you back, you know. Foreign. Who would care about a failed witch like you? You know, back in our coven. My coven. Mama says... Oh, so your mom's a part of this now? Without me in the coven, aren't you the failed witch?
Keryth, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit you that.
Lauren!
You want to talk about what happened?
No.
Did you make a fist like I taught you?
Yeah.
Felt better this time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Where'd you hit her?
In the face.
Keryth.
I was mad, and she hit me first.
She did?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what happened to your cheek?
Yeah.
And the bruise on your arm?
That's something different. I tripped over a desk today.
Promise?
Yeah, I tripped.
And you punched her, right? You didn't slap her back.
You told me to finish first.
Good girl. Now look really sad and I'll get us out of here.
Okay.
What have I said about fighting, Keryth?
Not to.
Actually, that's... I can't keep taking time from my schedule to pick you up. And look at poor Voren. That's really not... What are you supposed to do when you have a problem?
Get a teacher, but this time I got a recording to prove that she hit me first.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And everyone in this office heard it?
Mm-hmm.
Well then. Tell your kid to keep her hands off my daughter.
Mom.
Let's not sink to threatening children, Hugh. Tommy is better than that, even if you are from lesser stock. And every single day she wakes up and chooses me and our daughter. What does that say about you? Come on, sweetie. Let's patch you up, okay?
Nah.
You fought Voren.
I'm always fighting for it, but we usually don't hit each other anymore.
Why does she hate you so much?
I don't know, and I don't care. We found out who left your letter, though.
But what about...
It's Murrin.
Murrin?
The kid in the next class over.
I don't even really know him.
It sounds like if you don't like him, he'd still like to be friends.
Why do you know that?
Friends? Oh, I can do friends.
Oh, did Voren not show you the second note?
Oh, well, she did.
And?
She wanted to, she wanted me to check, yes.
And?
I said, I don't want to know a loser who leaves a letter in my locker.
Oh.
I think Marin probably thought a lot about...
I didn't mean it. I just, she wanted to, so, in one of my last schools, this happened.
Really? This exact thing happened?
No, I mean, sort of. I used to have friends like Voren, and I got a letter. I got a letter in my locker, and one of them found it and said I should say yes and meet her, and
That's not it, is it?
No.
Then
They wanted to meet with her, so I could laugh in her face and calling her dumb for thinking I'd like her back.
Elas, you didn't.
I thought it was her or me. Someone is always going to get bullied, you know.
Elas.
I just thought it was better her than me. It was easier if I just did what everyone wanted.
was it?
No. She started crying. And she ran away, and I started to run after her because that it was different. It was different from the stuff I usually did.
And then you apologized.
You didn't even apologize?
I couldn't. They started running with me, calling her stupid and gross, and so I stopped. And then they stopped with me, but she didn't. She was running so fast. The car it didn't even see her.
Elas, no.
She didn't get hurt that bad. It was just a few bruises, but it could have been worse, and I still have nightmares about it sometimes. And so when Voren said she wanted me to say yes, so they could make fun of whoever wrote, but no, there was nobody to rescue me, so I had to. I didn't want to be. I can't say no, but I could do that.
It's always the dame.
Keryth, I'm being serious.
So am I. It's always the dame at the end of a damn Blade episode. If she didn't do it, she had some dark and twisted secret.
I guess. Are we? Can we still be friends?
What?
I did something really bad and mean and messed up, and I'd get it if you didn't. If you didn't,
Don't cry.
sorry, I really don't want to, but if you tell me to leave, I'll leave, and I won't.
But you tried to protect them this time. The person who wrote the letter.
No, I didn't.
You did. Even if the way you did it was sort of messed up.
Wouldn't protecting yourself be what you did before?
Which means you're not the same person you were back then.
Yeah, that Elas and I, we wouldn't be in the same room together.
Yeah. No, we would not.
So, it's okay.
No.
Definitely not. It was super messed up, Ellis.
Oh,
But you're trying to be better, aren't you?
I don't know.
Why are you hanging out with us if you want to be a bully all the time? Why didn't you say yes to Voren?
Oh,
If you're trying to change, then it's not okay. But I won't leave you in the middle. I still have to find out what color you're supposed to be.
what?
Yeah.
Besides, Lauren thought I wrote that letter.
What?
It's not even your handwriting.
Mama says that sometimes people hate you so much it makes them dumb.
Wait, is that why?
Probably. That's it for this episode of Stories in Ylelmore. Tune in next time to see what we're up to. Say bye!
Wait, no, this is
Keryth, what happened?
Hi, I'm Keryth. So the lesson here is that violence is not the answer. Unless it was part of the question. Then the answer is yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is! Stories in Ylelmore is made by the It Me Podcast Production, LLC. All voices are done by me. Transcripts for the episode can be found with a link in the description or at itmepodcast.com, where you can also find coloring pages, bonus material, and other podcasts. Letters can be sent to storiesfromylelmore@gmail.com. If you want to support the creator, rate, review, comment, or tell a friend about the show. If you're a grown-up and you want to offer more support, maybe you can think about donating to my Ko-fi or Patreon, linked in the description. Our outro this season is I See by Kula from the Free Music Archive under the Creative Commons license. Bye!
Fighting is not the answer.